show, popping crypto. We check your purchases at the Dokes. This ain't your average crypto show.
Y'all. We like to have some fun with it.
Music play,
educate at the same time. Well, we let everybody get.
But DJ Lex, who we got in the house today, man?
A little throwback.
That's right. We got the founder and CEO of Super World, Reach. But before we
got some big trades today.
Really feeling this one. It's a metaverse.
Chill
where you basically combine AR and VR into the real world, man. Kind of gives you a surreal feeling. So, you know, I got to spit a little something different on this one. Go ahead and drop that beat one time, DJ Lex. Check it out.
If you hear us say something in the chat.
Check it. AR, VR. It's like Pokemon, go for anything. NFTs exploded and it spread across the globe quick, but it ain't COVID. See, they call it live to earn. Enhance your life so you're feeling great on 64 billion virtual blocks of real estate. I'm snatching up a piece. What is traffic in the streets? See, Reach is a beast. International at least, man, I'm telling you. You heard it here first. It's so scalable. They gon' be on the moon as soon as it come available. Your AR app and virtual apparatus. Talking tech dream team, I mean big dog status. Check the partnerships and the positions that they envision. Where we sitting is ambitions on $1 trillion mission. Yeah, it's perfect that this track is produced by Kid Jupiter. A planet so big you can do whatever you prefer. Your VR can't impress the AR. Group of girls look up and see a Superman flying through a super world. Gone.
That was the beat. I don't know how many of y'all know Super World, Metaverse, AR, over the real world. DJ Lex. That song was banging too. Man, what's popping, y'all? We had a big weekend, happy holiday weekend, Easter weekend. A lot of stuff jumped off, man. I didn't have the live stream yesterday. There's so much stuff to cover. Won so many trades this weekend. Oh my goodness, I traded a lot. And, when you diversify, you trade a lot. You don't hit them all, but even the ones that got stopped out or whatever, we're able to make it right back, like boom, right away. I just closed out some more trades right before this live stream. You guys really got to hit me up on Twitter and tap into the Discord. So first of all, it's not financial advice. Anything I say on here, it's just my opinion. I'm trying to teach you guys how I trade, and I have a lot of great ways to get it, man. I do a lot of scalping, but also swing trading as well. And of course, if you want to get into long-term investing, we could always do that. My name is Cassius Cuvée. I started with TradFi first. About 5 years ago, been doing this, and then I switched over to crypto in 2021. Been going hard ever since. Just started live streaming. This is the beginning of my 4th week, the 4th Monday I've done this. So shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me the whole time here. And it's a good time, man. The funny thing is I just was wearing this hoodie around the house, and I realized all my clothes, all my stuff is basically all my casual clothes pretty much are some kind of crypto project or something. And basically, this is from Hello Labs. I got this last year in June when I was on the set of Killer Whales. Shout out to Killer Whales. My homeboys, Austin and Aaron from Altcoin Daily, invited me down there, and it made me want to reminisce and pull up a video. I have a long and algo. Okay, right on. We got someone in the chat here. Riley Lewis got a long and algo. Let's go. Just pay me an algo. I got a long and algo too. It's doing quite well. So check it out real quick, Riley. We're gonna jump in here. I'm gonna let a few more people join. I got this video that no one's ever actually seen this before. So this is actually exclusive. If anybody has just joined, I don't know if I ever released this. I don't know if Killer Whales is going to release it or not, but I have a video of me on the set of Killer Whales. I had wrote a rap for him before I went down there, and I spit it on the set right there. So I'm going to show you this is a short one real quick here. There's no beat, so it's just acapella. So I'm just going to spit it one time on the play the video.
Rolling, and action.
Cassius Cuvée on the set where the winner dwells. You better be prepped when you step to the Killer Whales. I'm here with the stars, but I'm a comet like Haley. Flew through with the whole crew from Altcoin Daily. Crypto projects making waves that they dead. Sink or swim a bad picture, turn the whole room red. See, this ain't a fish tank, so hold your smart remarks and remember, in the ocean, killer whales eat sharks.
That's right. I had to throw that one together one time. Anyway, we're going to jump off into the charts, man. This is a crazy fun weekend. I have so many things. I had to pull the list out because who else won trades this weekend? That's what I want to know. In the comments of the chat here, I've got a poll here. Who else traded this weekend? And specifically, if you won, call that out as well because, man, what a weekend it was. We over here just, man, killing it. If you guys are in the private Discord group, I'm going to show you real quick. Put your wins in the win category. We got a win channel here. I just closed this one right before the stream. All these, I think, are 10X. This one was cool because I caught the very top of it. I mean, that wick right at the top. That's what I really like to do, is catch the scam wick of AVAX. And I go through my thesis as soon as I wake up in the morning. If you guys are not into private Discord, you should join it. Right now, it's free for anybody who uses my Phemex referral code to create an account on Phemex. And just a full disclosure, I am a partner, affiliate partner with Phemex and Breakout Prop. That's why you see the discount code for Breakout Prop on the screen and the invite code for Phemex on the screen here. So you definitely want to use that Phemex code, so that way when you create an account, the bot in Discord will just give you free access. All you have to do is click on free trial. You get 1 year for free. Otherwise, it's $99 a month. So here we go. Some of the wins, man. I just was putting them in here this morning. These are all this morning. Man, we had a pretty good weekend. Look at this one right here. You can tell I got it up here, got out down here. That's in Breakout Prop. Man, this one right here, that's dot, polka dot. So definitely hop in the Discord if you're not in there yet. We got the general chat where I was just going ham, talking about all the trade setups, how it works, engaging with the community. But really what I'm doing is giving you guys my thought process as everything. This is all this morning, you know, and I definitely want to say shout out to everybody in the group. Tomorrow is actually today's the last day of the contest. So make sure that you use your invite link to invite anybody you can. But this is the day that basically, man, we made it through the weekend. We made it. So everybody who, you know, we understood, right? We went into this weekend knowing that this was going to be a tough weekend. My strategy was, I had called it out. I said, we're going to zoom in and we're going to scalp, or we're going to trade carefully. We caught the big move yesterday, and I want to talk about that as well. A big move up for Bitcoin. But it's interesting. The altcoins didn't necessarily pump. It depended on which ones. This time, a lot of the large cap ones pumped along with it, even Ethereum and stuff. But a lot of these small coins that I was in actually shorting, I didn't even get stopped out on any of them. So I just closed out not quite. Some of these I didn't even close out for that big of a gain because I just was like happy to be. I did not get great entries on all of them. But in Breakout Prop, I did get some great entries. Man, I did a lot of trades this weekend, you guys. I did a lot of trades this weekend. And I just got Bitcoin and Polkadot pulled up here. Man, Polkadot just, once I identified it. So what really happened was, okay, here's where I entered that trade first, right? But I had entered some trades in other tokens, and I was early, and I was like, you know, but these are not really bearish. They were shorts. It was after this big old pump up here, right? And I was like, man, these tokens are not doing well. So I cut my losses on those, and I scrolled through real quick and I found a bearish token. And this is one thing I always call out, which is go long strength and short weakness. What's up, Andrew in the house? Finally, the holiday's over. It was a crazy weekend, man, but I traded it a lot. Traded a lot in Breakout Prop and then also in Phemex. In Phemex as well. Let me show you guys just real quickly. Phemex, close positions here. Mostly green on the screen, you feel me? So, man, it was good. I only have one position open left, Degen, which is the weirdest thing. Degen was the most volatile ticker that I love to trade, and then all of a sudden it don't move. And again, at least I didn't get stopped out. It's just the weirdest thing that these, you know, this is Bitcoin here going crazy up and down, and the volatile tickers don't even move. So, I can't even call it. You know, this was the big move. So, anyways, I won most of everything. I feel great about it, and I definitely, like, even when I had a little blip here, I made it back, and then here were some of the big ones here. But DOT is my new favorite ticker to short. Look at this. Woo-wee. Look at that bearish sentiment right there. I just closed out another one that wasn't doing great. Notcoin. Another one is like, why is Notcoin so bullish all of a sudden? What the hell is going on here? You know, why is this token deciding to just hold up like it's going to change crypto? Look how bullish this had been. So I was like, this is what I want to talk about too. I decided to have a diversified portfolio. So I didn't have all my eggs in one basket. And so that was part of the strategy for the weekend when you got a bunch of crazy price action. Nothing is in correlation with anybody right now. Bitcoin's doing one thing, and these other coins ain't no telling. And we talked about that on Friday and Saturday, and that's ended up what happening. And the diversification plan worked for me. I was spread out. I ended up winning pretty much everything. But some of it was a little bit risky. What I did was I made the conscious decision to set higher stop losses, like on this one here. Just barely got out green. Didn't hit the take profit I want to, but it really wasn't worth it. I was in survival mode. I made it though. Ended up being green 25% of that trade. So, you know, you take what you can get sometimes. That's really what it comes down to. This was another one, You know, you see, everything above this line, I was in the red. You feel me? But I knew, I was like, what I like is that my instincts prove true. And that's the thing that I definitely want to call out. The more reps you get, the more you do it, the more you watch, the more your instincts come into play. And the thing is, just because you have good instincts, even that alone is not enough. You got to have precision. And that's where I zoom all the way in, and I'm looking at Market Cipher B down here to really trying to catch when these waves are rolling over. Now, my problem is sometimes going a little bit early. And what you want to do is you want to wait till the larger trend rolls over. You see this 1 hour, 2 hour here. That's the better play, is wait till you start seeing like a red down the 2 hour before you go in and start doing the scalping strategy. The 1 hour for sure, but get some bigger wind at your back. And I said this all along that, you know, Bitcoin wasn't really done going higher until I get an 8 hour red dot on a big time frame. I mean, on a bigger move. And we caught one here, but it wasn't looking that great. We're still bullish on the daily. As you can see, there's a green dot. Now, this breakout was a little bit unexpected. This was Bitcoin, though. Not everything broke out that big. But like on ETH broke out, but not like that. I did some great ETH trades. So you look at this wick on ETH. Let's put that back on 8 hour. And like ETH, I called it out in the Discord. I said, when all else fails, you can always short Ethereum, okay? And sure enough, look at this move down. Oh, it was beautiful. ETH, I called it out the whole time, all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to pull this up on Breakout Prop because Ethereum was looking real volatile. It had that short squeeze, and we talked about it on the live stream and then a lot in the Discord. It had this short squeeze. Got to go back. This short squeeze here, and you can see all these red triangles. I was shorting at the top and then getting out at the bottom, doing the scalping strategy. I got out early here. Boy, I could have rode that thing down. But then look, it came all the way back again, okay? Now, if I had been awake or paying attention, this is the middle of the night, boy, I would have shorted the hell out of it. Same with Polkadot. So, you know, find your volatile tickers. You start noticing what is moving. Now, here's the thing. I give them to you guys. I talk about them in the Discord. So that's why I keep saying you guys should join the Discord. You should pay attention to the general chat. I'm in there all the time. I'm answering questions. We had a new person ask a question in the wins column, in the wins channel. I said, you don't got to ask it in the wins channel. Ask in the general chat. I'm in there checking it. He was afraid that I don't see that. I probably only see the Discord general chat first. I said, no. I check everything. So go in there. I engage with the folks in there. Like I said, free to enter. All you need to do is create an account with Phemex using my Phemex code here on the screen. All right. So I'm only down to one position left open, and that's Old Faithful Degen, my old school Old Faithful. I'm shorting it. I'm down a little bit, but it's one of those things that I feel like if the bottom drops out, it'll drop out. Now, here's what my intuition came into play. And I'm talking kind of fast because I can't be on here as long today. But all of these coins, I'm gonna just go down the list. I was in all these trades this weekend. Okay. So Degen, EIGEN, Notcoin, Zilliqa, Dot, Ethereum, Virtual. Oh, Virtual was paying. Jasmy was paying. These are all shorts, by the way. And even BCH, I caught a quick one today. AVAX, of course. I killed AVAX. And then Ondo, I was not on. I have an Ondo long, my Algorand long, Ondo long, in my personal account. But on the account here, that the one I show on the live stream here, all those other coins I traded this weekend, and I traded some of them a lot of times, and other ones I traded early, like Friday or something. I didn't get out until today. Survived it. But this is the thing. This was my point. The fact that Bitcoin pumped like this, that was a lot. This is on the 8 hour. You feel me? Let me put it on the 1 hour. The fact that Bitcoin shot up like this, and even this again, and I did not get stopped out on some of these coins that were just sitting around. It didn't make me panic. I was like, okay, so these coins have run out of buyers. They ran out of strength way back here on, Sunday, late Sunday. So I'm like, you guys, this is not, I don't know what it is. I mean, Bitcoin to me has kind of decoupled from everything else, from stock market as well. I want to talk about that. David Lynn, my man David Lynn, shout out to him. He's got a great show. Talks a lot about gold in the macro environment and also Bitcoin. And he posted today as like, people are wondering, is Bitcoin now finally decoupling? And Tom Crown called out how Bitcoin is almost at its all-time high versus stocks, things like that. So, Bitcoin is strong, but not all the altcoins are strong. You got weird stuff. Remember Fartcoin? It was all good just a week ago. It got a little bit of pump here, but like the way Bitcoin pumped, we would have thought this would be off the screen, right? Fartcoin's the one where I caught it down here and made 500% or whatever it was back when we caught the bottom. You feel me? So it's like things are changing quick in crypto. Again, you stay in the Discord. I'm going to keep you up to date because I can't help but watch the charts all day, every day. So I want to know any other coins you guys are trading because I'll look at them with you. But, man, it's been a wild weekend. I'm happy I just been winning because I did not get the best entries. And that's what I want to call out, too, is that, like, even if you don't get the best entries all the time, if you know how to do risk management correctly, maybe you had it built in, you only did a small position, so you're like, okay, if it wants to here, I would average down. I did that, I think, once on Degen, and, because I thought maybe some of these would roll over, and they didn't. But, like, I was fortunate enough to not get stopped out. I had high stop losses. Oh, and I only did 10x leverage on all of these on Phemex. Only did 10x leverage on Phemex, and then I did my scalps really on Breakout Prop. That was my go-to on Breakout Prop was the scalping, and on Phemex it was the 10x leverage trades. So 10x leverage gave me, 10x is a lot of leverage for some people out there. I don't want to, listen, if you guys are new, start small. I would not jump into 10x leverage. For me, depending on the token, 10x leverage is not that much, but it really does depend on the token. The ones that are super volatile, 10x might be a lot more than something. I can do like 20x on some of those. Bitcoin, I'm doing 50, 60x. So start small, but for me, 10x is not that big. Again, it's because I also know the tokens. Now, here's the best part. Virtual started becoming one of my favorite tickers to trade, and I figured it out. I cracked the code on Friday or Saturday. I can't remember what live stream I talked about. I think it was Saturday. And I said, look, virtual is so volatile that this ticker is no longer, I'm not doing the scalping strategy. I'm doing the short squeeze strategy on this, okay? Because this thing is going up and down like crazy. But if you catch it, look at all these reds here at the top. I'm catching peaks here, okay? And getting out, and if I made a mistake, well, this one was I closed this one nice. When you're in Breakout Prop, you have a bigger position on it. That going to be a nice win right there. Some of these were smaller, as you can see, but green is green. I saw this move. Boom. I wish I had held that all the way down, but I didn't want to go to sleep with it open. So it feels good that my only open position right now is this one little Degen play, which actually is not that small, relatively speaking, to what I've been doing on this this channel, on this account. But it's starting to go my way. I feel like if I catch a break to the downside, it'll break. I don't know, though. This thing's it's not been behaving very volatile. It tells me that they kind of run out of buyers. It doesn't even move that much. It's just such low liquidity. There's going to be a day when I have to stop trading this coin. I just saw this pump down here go up like this, and I'm like, okay, it's going to come back down, and it didn't. So you see my line is this orange here, and I was able to survive this and come back down, which tells me it's just not that strong. It's really not that strong. A strong ticker is, say, this one was that first pump on Bitcoin, and then look how it continued. Now, whoever caught this back up was a nice one, but I talked about it in the Discord. This was one of the ones I got stopped out on. I said, I'm going to jump in a quick one, and we're going to just see what happens at my stop loss. I was like, nah, it's too bullish. I wanted to see if that was a fluke, and it went over skis. Turned out to be a bullish ticker. But, man, I found Polkadot, and that was the savior. Polkadot just, it doesn't even look like that big of a move on here, but, man, from you catch the top of this, just to here was even a lot, especially in Breakout Prop. So, God, I wish I had held it. This is a super bearish ticker, relatively speaking. So, remember, in the Discord, I have a channel for relatively bearish tickers and then relatively bullish tickers, and these are relative to Bitcoin. That being said, Bitcoin is like the most bullish ticker, you guys. Everything. Look at how flat Bitcoin is. Like, Bitcoin had this little move, okay, but it's still stuck right here. So, like, Bitcoin is the most bullish ticker. Everything is damn near as bearish to it. And it used to be Fartcoin, and I caught that at the bottom. Fartcoin, but even Fartcoin's going down. Tau has been strong. Tau might be the top bullish ticker. I keep my bullish tickers above Bitcoin and my bearish ones below it. Tron is on its own. Tron's danced to its own tune. I put that in Discord as well. Tron, you can't really predict Tron. If you do, I would say, I'm just saying, don't do it versus Bitcoin. Do it versus itself if you're going to try to trade Tron. It has been bullish, though. So if you have a bullish bias, you may want to look at Tron. Its timing is kind of different. So just make sure you're watching Market Cipher be down here for its own timing on Tron. That's definitely something you want to watch out for. Man, I burned through everything pretty quickly here. Oh, Solana was bullish, and then it had a strong pullback. This is a pretty strong pullback after this. So I'm just like, you guys know I zoom in when all else fails. I'm zooming in. Yes, yeah, Andrew, Solana is strong. It's just it did pull back actually harder than I expected. I didn't short it, but here's the thing, you guys. This is what I want to call out too. All right, this is proof right here. I'm gonna show you this on Ethereum. So when I talk about the 10-minute strategy, or it's just in general, unless you're doing something real long term, and I say don't fight a 10-minute dot, I'm gonna show you why. On Ethereum, I saw this earlier today. Right here. Can you see this? There's a 10-minute dot right here on Market Cipher B, okay? Now, someone who was playing this range of support and resistance between these two white lines, I drew this earlier so I can show you, right? If you look at this, this looks like a support and resistance range. If you kind of take it all the way back here, you see this wick, you see things bouncing here. You could call that a support and resistance range. Somebody bought this right here because they thought this kept bouncing off. And my theory for my system is that you don't fight a red dot here, even with this, especially the blood diamond. And what happened is somebody bought this thinking it was probably going to bounce off this quote unquote support, right here and here, just like it did here and here. And it ended up tanking on them. You feel me? Like a lot. Okay. And my whole thing is, depending on where you entered, you may have lost a little bit of money if you had to close a short down here on this red dot somewhere on this candle. I don't know where you opened it. But what happened is it didn't crush you. It saved you from that big move going all the way down thinking that, oh, it's going to bounce. And my point is this type of gigantic move is not going to happen if there is still a green dot on the 10-minute, right? Let's say there's a green dot right here. As soon as it turned red, like, get out. You can get some action against you, obviously, on a 10-minute green dot, but not hell of. Whereas if you were looking at whatever dot you want to look at, 8 hour or something, like within this from here to here, there was some massive moves. You can't like wait for these dots to print before you make your decisions, even on the 1 hour. But on the 10-minute, you can actually get out before anything catastrophic happens to your bankroll. And so like I always say, my passion is to make sure you guys don't get wrecked, okay? Like I definitely want to teach you how to make money, but I want to make sure that you don't you don't lose all your money. And the way you do that is by getting out as soon as you don't fight the 10-minute green dot if you're going short. Or I should say, if somebody who was going long here thought it was going to bounce and they saw a 10-minute red dot and they think, well, it's on support, and you got 20 more minutes before it went against you. You could have got out. So don't just believe in support and resistance if the momentum waves are going against you. And this is why I always say this is 80% down here is the cake and up here's the frosting, okay? Now, here's another thing I got to call out today. Crypto Faces. You guys know the OG, Crypto Face. Now, he's the GOAT. He invented Market Cipher, okay, you guys? He posted today he had a massive win in Breakout Prop on all the way up here like this. Now, I got to say, as impressive as it was, it's hard to trade like Crypto Face, especially if you're new. And someone else told me that, I think it was Blockchain Cowboy. Somebody told me, they were like, man, it's like, I try to get in there and start trading like Crypto Face and I wasn't winning. And I just want to make an analogy, okay? The NBA playoffs just started. The Golden State Warriors just won the first game. I'm from the town, so that's my team. But like, people watch Steph Curry shoot warm-up shots from half court and he makes all of them, right? And you could be right on the sideline watching him. And you can see every little thing he's doing. And he could even tell you, hey, come on the court. I'll show you how to shoot a couple threes. You feel me? That don't mean you're going to be able to shoot like Steph Curry, okay? So, like, Crypto Face used like $94,000 worth of his $100,000 in Breakout Prop. And you notice I don't do that, okay? I tell you guys to be safe. He was close to getting breached. He was in here for like 2 days before he caught this move. How exactly he knew where to enter and get out, I didn't follow the entries or what he said to do that. But I do know he was playing it close. But you know what? Like the best can walk that tightrope in a way that maybe you and I cannot. So I just want to call that out because like Crypto Face is like sitting on the sidelines watching, all-time great, the world's greatest shooter hit threes from half court. That don't mean that you can go on the court and start busting threes like him just because you watched him for an hour or two or even for years. You feel me? So I just want to say, like, eventually you're going to develop your own strategy with your own risk management and what makes sense for you. Because me personally, using over $90,000 of my Breakout Prop account is not something that, like, one false move and you're breached. You feel me? So that's why I don't go that big. Now, I've been going kind of smaller since I've been doing the live streaming and stuff because I want to make sure that, like, I'm kind of careful and trying to teach good habits, especially to new folks. But, like, boy, man, you got to not only have cojones, you got to know what you're doing before you go heavy like that. So that's just a word of caution because, just because the GOAT can do it don't mean you can do it, okay? Like, I got another analogy one time, this is years ago when I was in the studio, and a producer was like, we were talking about Tupac, and Tupac is like, oh, he wrote California Love in 15 minutes. I was like, man, that was tight, for 15 minutes. And he was like, he's like, master your craft. I said, look, man, a lot of people ain't Tupac, okay? There's only one Tupac. Not everybody can write a rap that great, that short amount of time. If you're not as good of a rapper as Tupac, that's okay. If you could take your time and write a dope-ass rap and then have a dope-ass song. Where a lot of rappers are like, oh, I'm gonna rush through a song just like Tupac. And that's why their music sound like shit. You feel me? That's why your trades sound like shit, look like shit, because you think you crypto face, but you ain't. You know what I'm saying? So take your time, get your strategy, figure out what works for you. I'm telling you guys what works for me. And what I do on my channel is I try to give you my thought process, especially in the Discord. I got a lot to say. I know there's a lot of writing in the Discord, you guys. But when you jump in the general chat, scroll back up. It's not bullshit. It's not fluff. I'm telling you every step of the way, my thoughts, what worked, what didn't work, right? Because I take chances, you guys. I do take chances, but I'm also showing you how, the position size wasn't crazy, how the position size was manageable if it went against me. You feel me? And I'm showing screenshots of where I entered, how maybe I wish I got a better entry, or man, I caught this one right on, Yeah, Yosef, there's only one Tupac. Exactly. So it's like, a lot of people try to rush their songs, and their songs sound like shit. You feel me? And maybe you end up trading like shit, or you get breached thinking I'll just take 50,000, 80,000 of my 100 grand and I'll just go all in. Boy, you best to be careful because you can only lose 4% a day, 6% overall, okay? So I just want to call that out there because Crypto Face, obviously he shows off a lot of big wins. I mean, what can I say? He's a G, you know what I'm saying? And but here's the thing. Crypto Face got like a decade on a lot of y'all trading. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he invented Market Cipher. He watches charts every single day. He puts in the reps. So like, and just to, too, there is a difference between watching somebody else trade and watching your own money on a chart, okay? So you got to get reps. And to me, the best way to get reps is you trade short-term first. So that way you're in and out a lot and you're like, what worked, what didn't work. Then you start learning your tickers, by the way. Crypto Face usually sticks to Bitcoin, Ethereum. Or he's been trading SWIA a little bit, but Bitcoin. Now, granted, when you're trading $10 million, you got to trade the bigger tickers, right? But even on a breakout prop, right? So he knows his tickers and his behaviors. Could you call this a lucky move to the upside? Perhaps. But the fact he's able to survive, he trades a lot with the trend. He was able to survive a lot of this and this downturn here, and then boom, catch the big one. Credit to him. And he waits usually. He takes profit. I'd probably take profit by the time we got here if I caught that big one. Okay? So I just want to call that out. Ultimately, you're going to develop your own strategy. But I'm here for you, all right? Like Crypto Face, he does his thing. Another thing, like baseball. No, one more sports analogy, all right? I remember my dad taught me a long time ago. He was like, the best hitters don't become batting coaches, all right? And the best batting coaches were not the best hitters. Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, and all them were not batting coaches. You know what I'm saying? But they had batting coaches. Every pro has a batting coach who probably wasn't a home run record hitter. You feel me? And like, I'm going to be y'all's batting coach. You feel me? So like, if you got questions, Crypto Face is over there hitting them out the park. But if you got questions about Market Cipher or whatever, you know what I mean? Feel free to jump into Discord and ask me. I'll tell you my perspective. I see what everybody else is doing. I'm pretty good at analysis and seeing how their strategy. I don't necessarily do everybody's strategy, but I understand their perspective, their point, strengths, weaknesses, things I call out, things to watch out for. By all means, ask about it in the chat. If I don't know 100% about it, I'll do detail. But also, we got a community in there. A lot of other people watch stuff and know stuff too. What's up? We got Justin K. Okay, I'm almost tomorrow formed into a trade at the morning. Glad I didn't. Oh, FOMO'd into a trade. Yes, FOMO'd into a trade. Yeah, long, I'm assuming you mean. And we were talking about this in the group last night. Who was in the Discord that was talking about it? Let me pull it up real quick. Talking about how he said, I'm just licking my chops, waiting for the short in the morning. And I said, yeah, let's wait and see what happens, Yeah, my pops was dropping gems about the baseball for sure. You can see there's a little bit of lag on the chat here. But in the Discord, I just want to call this out because in the Discord, we were talking about it. We knew that pump was probably fake, okay? All pumps are always fake in crypto. But this time is a little bit different because the tickers have been all over the place. Oh, blockchain. No, it wasn't Blockchain Cowboy. Oh, here we go. My man in South Africa. We were talking about, like, what was, let's see what he said here. He was talking about how in the morning he want to see what it looks like. Let's see, got it. I had so many trades open, you guys, but honestly, the reps is how I get it. Waiting for the New York Open. I'm hungry to short this pump. He was ready. I said, me too. You've got to watch. What time was this? This is after midnight. I was still up. I thought I was going to go to sleep early, but I didn't. Yeah, we got to watch it, see it to open. But I already had 5-6 trades open. Nothing in Breakout Prop. But in Phemex, I had trades open. And that was because I was like, man, I think that it's possible that we're going to get a dump here. Now, did Bitcoin dump? Not really. But a lot of this other stuff did. And that's kind of what I keep saying. You short weakness. And I'm not shorting Bitcoin. You feel me? Like, that's just that. I tested that out around the time when we were trying to kiss 100K. And I was like, okay, you guys. I did. And I won a trade. This is the thing, you guys. I do win a lot of trades. All right. A lot of it's intuition. I take risks that I know I can manage and that if I want to get back in, I can. And I want to say that because not to like brag or whatever, but just to call out the fact that a lot of it is bankroll management. Okay. I was testing out because I called it out every step of the way. Like when I hopped in this trade and it went against me. And I was like, this was a test. Let's see if I can find where it went against me. I was just testing. I can't even find it. I was like, if this, ETH went against me for a second too. ETH actually, I was in virtual and ETH ended up switching up on me. I thought ETH was bearish. It was at first, and then virtual, here it is right here. And then virtual ended up being the one that was bearish. So I got stopped out here. So you see this, look, you see these little triangles? I went in, I thought maybe this pump was going to come. It was going bearish here, and then all of a sudden the pump, I got stopped out. No problem. But look how little that was. That wasn't nothing compared to what if I had tried to average down. I would have been cooked, y'all. Cooked. You know what I'm saying? If I try to average all this down like this, like, nah, it would have been nice to have re-entered and caught this down. And at the end of the day, ETH did what ETH does. But like the point is, I cut my losses here and then look, okay, let me pull up virtual over here, what it did. I ended up getting in DOT, actually. Hold on. DOT is the one I ended up getting. That was this. Let's see. It was here. It was here. So DOT ended up going here. I ended up catching this and then getting out down here. Can't even see it. Come on. Right here, you can see that, if you can see that triangle. I'm on 1 minute. So yeah, I ended up getting here. They were all the same amount. Caught these 3 peaks, actually limit orders, and then I rode it down. So I did that instead of ETH, which would have, obviously I would have been dead. And then, then I tried to get cute. When I saw it pumping again, I jumped in early here. Too early. I should have waited. I thought maybe that was the one. You see it stalled out a little bit. You could tell, I can tell my thought process. This was the short squeeze strategy. The reason why I even called it out at the time, I was like, it's kind of tough. Here's the thing. When everything is pumping at the same time, your favorite ticker is not short squeezing. I want to call this out. Okay, you guys? And I said it in the Discord. You have to be careful because it looks like a short squeeze. You're like, oh, it's going straight up. But then if everything else is going up like that too, that's a market-wide pump. So it's not going to necessarily go straight up and come right back down again. It's best to be patient. Now, I did risk it a little bit. I went in early here. It was because this was actually the pump and this was the second pump. I thought maybe this will be a pump reverse here. Again, I started with a smaller unit. I went back in here and then I got hung out. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Because it went higher. I thought maybe it would touch this peak. It went higher. I almost went in here. But I if I had, it would have been golden. But I didn't. I mean, I almost did. I looked. These are 1 minute candles, y'all. Okay, these are 1 minute candles. So when this came to here, I mean, I had my figure. I looked away for like a second. I should have got in right here. And then I would have had enough to, my average would have been like here. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been green all the way back down here. Now, I had actually set a take profit just below this, just to basically make this one be a break even and this one be a gain. That was my thought process on that, right? It's kind of hard to write all this out in the Discord. But I told you guys I was in the trade. So what happened was I was watching this and I saw this big candle here and I was green overall for the trade. You see it here? I was green overall for the trade. One was, this is not a lot of money, but one was 24 and one was minus 12. So I was like, okay, I'm green overall for the trade. This is my mistake and I'm taking my medicine, all right? This trade doesn't get to win. Now, could it have gone down here and I would have been even more green on both? Probably. But boy, my instinct, my initial take profit, my TA was like here. And I would have gotten out, I don't know, it would have made $48, something like that. No big deal. But the point is, I wouldn't have lost either one of them, even though I wish I had gone in here. But that would have been kind of lucky. I won't say lucky, but it was lucky because if it didn't hit, I would have had this going in my face, and it was like starting to get like that. It's like midnight. You know what I'm saying? Starting to get late. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I wouldn't want to have to fight this thing up and try to figure out what do I want to do and make decisions. So I said, I'm gonna take my medicine, and I'm gonna go to bed. I lost like $5. You know what I'm saying? I entered wrong, but I was able to survive. And I'm able to kind of do that because of bankroll management size. And really, I probably would have gone in one more here and turn this into a winning trade. But I didn't want to do anything crazy. In all honesty, I probably should cut my losses as soon as this candle hit. But I thought maybe this was the top. But the point is, I'm kind of nimble like that, and I'm using small position sizes so I don't get wrecked. All right? Because I don't mind batting a bunch of signals and just growing higher. And I'm also trying to do this to set a good example because people been getting breached a lot. And they get breached a lot because they trying to do the home run swings. What's up, Kalichi? Welcome to the show, man. And, we've been doing it. We've been going hard in the Discord, y'all. And I want to call out again one more time. Last day of the contest. A lot of y'all need to start inviting some people, man. I don't know. If nobody wins and nobody wins, we're going to have a new contest, all right? But basically, man, I'm giving a lot of game in this Discord. I'm showing you guys every move I'm making pretty much, man, good, bad, and otherwise, and telling you my thought process every step of the way. And overall, I'm green, right? This is my 4th Monday. Shout out to everybody who's been rocking with me. My 4th week just started. I started on a Monday, so this is the very beginning of my 4th week doing live stream trading. What are we on? Episode 23. Counting every single one of them on the thumbnail just to keep track of them. And I already gearing up for the next contest. It's going to be something a little bit easier. That only relies on you maybe and not necessarily so much on an invite, so we can give some rewards back to my followers. Want to definitely do some giveaways and contests. But let's see, what else do I got here, man? I'm not even going to stay on too much longer today. If you guys missed the beginning of this, everybody who joined late, I showed a old school rap for my show Poppin' Crypto, a fun vibe when we were warming up. And then I also have one from Killer Wells. I said, it's funny how all of my casual clothes are like crypto clothes. Oh, let me close it. This is Hello Labs. I got this hoodie when I was down there at Killer Wells, the filming of Killer Wells last year. Altcoin Daily invited me, and it ended up doing a rap with them. Let's see if I ended up doing a rap with Altcoin Daily. You can see the end of it here. Hold on. Nobody was here when I first played it. I'm gonna show you guys it one more time, just for the one time before we close it out. Made a little rap.
Rolling, and action.
Cassius Cuvée on the set where the winner dwells. You better be prepped when you step to the killer whales. I'm here with the stars, but I'm a comet like Haley. Flew through with the whole crew from Altcoin Daily. Crypto projects making waves that they dead. Sink or swim, a bad picture, turn the whole room red. See, this ain't a fish tank, so hold your smart remarks and remember, in the ocean, killer whales eat sharks.
In the ocean, killer whales eat sharks. So anyways, I don't know if they was going to play that on the show or not, but I figured if you invite me down there, you know what I'm saying, your boy Cassius Cuvée got to do his thing. I definitely got to show up to show out, you feel me? I'm not going to go all the way in there and then not do my part, you feel me? That's pretty much all I got for you today. But, man, I want to play out a little bit of music, man. I'm going to play this out in the background. Super Bowl rap. And, man, that's all. I appreciate you too, man. I'm glad you finding some value, Yosef, and, everybody who is fucking with me, I'm going to keep rocking with y'all. I got bigger plans coming, man. This live stream in this Discord is just the beginning, y'all. I got stuff I can't even tell you about yet. Coming. But you're going to see. I'm going to be at the Bitcoin conference, hanging out with a lot of the folks that I hang out with. A lot of you guys know the influencer types and whatnot. Got some more music coming. And I sneak peeked it on Saturday. Everybody who's rocking with me, keep making comments in the Discord. When you engage, you earn experience points. Those experience points are going to be worth something cool to y'all. I'm just trying to tell you. So keep engaging. Make sure you post your wins. Make sure you post your thoughts. I don't care if you disagree with a trade I'm into. Let me know. What did I overlook? You feel me? But if you got some alpha, by all means, go in there. If someone asks a question, help them out. I got a good group. I got to say I got a good group, and it's because I'm keeping out the riffraff. I got one little gatekeep. I need real traders in there. So that's why I need you to create an account on Phemex, and you get 1 year for free, or you can pay $99. There's not a bunch of trolls in there. People tell me about other groups. They in there talking shit about influencers and all that gossip and blah, 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 blah. I don't really like doing that shit. I'm here to get money. So if you want to make some money, this is the right Discord group for you. We're in here we're talking about trading, man. I know people like to hang out and have fun and all that shit. Cool, we can hang out and have fun. I like to have fun, as you know. But like, really, I'm about that alpha, man. You know what I'm saying? And someone else helped me out too. We're like, what was the pump? And they told me Michael Saylor bought. Okay, because I didn't have time to look at the news. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to create content. I got a computer over here. I got screens over here. I got to make some videos, some tutorial videos. I got a request for a tutorial video in the group today. So I got to try to honor that request. It's not going to happen right away. But shout out to the new member of the group. First time he posted in there. Let's see what his name was in the group. Oh, let me go back to the bottom. Because I'm trying to try to service the community as much as I can. So he asked for a tutorial on trading in Breakout Prop for the altcoins. I think what he was saying. Call them the shot coins. I don't know if the shit coin gets flagged in the group. Working me. He said, let's see. I wonder if you could make a YouTube video about the strategy for shit coins on meme to trade on props. Gang, B Team Crypto. What's popping? Let's see. For the people who like to work like me, so yeah, he works, he goes to school, and he want to work on the scalping strategy using Market Cipher. So yes, and that video is a long time coming, you guys. Honestly, I tried to make that video. I'm not gonna lie, I tried to make the video in like November, okay? And I did, and I just didn't like it good enough, so I never put it out. I need to make a better version of that. It's coming. I got a couple Phemex videos I want to make, because just for brand new folks who need to learn how to navigate the platform, I'm working on that right now. I've got to make the scalping strategy video, which is basically what he's asking me about. And then a couple other videos as well. What's up, all set? Late to the party, man. I'm about to wrap it up here, but you got to go back and watch the beginning. I got a couple raps I showed at the beginning, but also, man, we went over so many tickers. I'll just show it one more time here real quick. I won a lot of trades, you guys. And a lot of them, they were not as easy. Some of them I just barely got out. You see a lot of green here. This is basically a break. That was a win trade. That was a break-even trade. So, a lot of trades won here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of green on the screen here. You feel me? Like, we're doing a lot of winning over here. And I was in 5, 6, 7 tickers at one point in time. Closed out some right before this. Don't forget to check the Discord where you can see the wins in the Discord. A lot of wins in Breakout Prop. Also, I'm going to show Breakout Prop one more time before I get off. A lot of wins in Breakout Prop. You see a lot of green on this screen. A lot of green. This was the mistake I made, but I made it back, and I talked about it in the Discord. I was just testing it out. You call it a mistake. It was more like a test. I called it out in real time. I wanted to see if that initial pump was coming. But, this is the thing. I keep it real with y'all, okay? So I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I don't know what everybody else be talking about, but I keep it real with y'all. And I'm telling you, the number one thing is bankroll management. You want to protect your bankroll. We're not all crypto face. We all can't go hard and hit that home run every time. You feel me? You're going to learn, though. You're going to get better. You're going to be more precise as time goes on. But I definitely want y'all to stay active in the Discord. Keep asking me questions. I'm always going to address it. If you have requests or suggestions, there's a suggestions channel in the Discord. I got a lot of stuff going. I'm not a Discord expert, y'all, so I appreciate the feedback and what makes it flow. We're going to have more contests, more games coming as well. And so just stay tapped in with your boy Cassius Cuvée. Leave comments under the videos and YouTube channels. Going to be posting some more of those in a minute here this week and then next week. Getting everything wrapped up, ready for the Bitcoin conference at the end of the month. Going to see all the folks again, man. I'm telling you, all my casual clothes is some crypto clothes. I got Algorand hoodie, Hello Labs hoodie, all kinds of stuff. But special shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's check the chat real quick. Okay. It was a holiday weekend. I said, did you trade this weekend? 75% said no. And that's fine. This was the weekend I said, sometimes the best trade is no trade, and I was trading my ass off. I was gone kind of during the day, but I still had Phemex going on Sunday, and I was in hella trades, man. I traded too much, y'all. I actually have too much other work I got to do. But I was in there, and those pumps came, and we knew that a lot of us knew that we were going to have a pullback today. But again, sometimes this is what I like to. Even when the trade doesn't go my way, or at least initially, I got out of everything that was not going my way, by the way. I hit everything, thank God, or broke even or got green on everything. The only one I'm left in right now is Degen, which ironically is neutral. It's the least volatile coin now. Degen used to be the most volatile, and now it's the least volatile. Virtual really is the new Degen. Degen is just flat now, okay? I don't know what the hell is going on with it, but that's the only one I'm left in. Because I won all the rest. Thank God. I was not coin. Not coin was the new bullish ticker. I was like, this is fake. What the hell is this not coin bullshit? This is not real. Oh, let me get back on not coin. What is not coin doing? Took me so long to get below this orange line. I took my profit. I said, give me my money. I was like, I'm not going to make it to this blue. I was done fighting him all weekend. But the reason why I was diversified is because we knew that this weekend was going to be wild. And like, you know, it's okay if you don't trade this weekend. Holiday weekend. Hell, last weekend was wacky too. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. You don't have to trade all the time. But part of the reason I do is to keep the sword sharp. And that's really what I'm trying to get at is it's okay if it's a small amount of money. You get used to that price action. And maybe it's, right, I had to get used to virtual. Once I got used to virtual, man, I killed it. You know what I'm saying? I killed it once I got used to it. And then other themes, the themes are proven to be correct. Go long strength and go short weakness. You know what I'm saying? Go long. I try to get cute and short some stuff that had overperformed to the upside, thinking it went over its skis. That worked with AVAX, though. That worked with AVAX. Actually, let me pull up AVAX. I hit on the AVAX twice now. I caught this. Oh, let me pull it up. I caught this wick on AVAX. Okay? I caught this wick on AVAX. And I think I caught this wick earlier, too. AVAX, I was like, this is bullshit. This AVAX pumped way too hard. So AVAX was the one that went up and then came back down. I think this is the blue line, was to take profit on the first one, and then I did it again this morning. That was this morning, right? Yeah, this morning. Oh, before bed. Yeah, it was midnight. I stayed up late jumping into trades. But here's the thing. I got in too early on so many other things that I didn't catch this scam wick on some of the other ones. So part of the reason why I say diversify too, just because it's wonky and everything wasn't going right, is because like I don't enter everything at the exact same time. So I thought maybe if I lose some of the trades, or maybe if I got to close out some of my trades at a small loss, like if I just say, fuck it, give me all, like net, my basket was green. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you diversify. So not everything was red, but I actually did pretty good. Like most of this shit is green. That's literally break even, right? So like my basket was pretty damn green. You feel me? So like, it wasn't like I did pretty well. I survived. There's the only one left. If it goes against me, I'll get hurt. But if Bitcoin pump, this is my thought process here on Degen, okay? And just so you know, I knew this would be a wacky weekend, so I took the chance of setting a higher stop loss on some of these coins, and it paid off for me. Not coin, I should have been wrecked, but I was like, okay, some had a shorter stop loss, some had a higher stop. It was a diversified risk portfolio, basically, right? So for sure, net green overall. What's the portfolio looking at? Okay. So that's all that money is in here. There's actually a pretty big position relative to what I've been doing. Okay. So now if this is my only one left, I'm like, if I didn't get stopped out when Bitcoin had that crazy pump, this ticker's run out of buyers. Granted, it didn't go down very much when everything had a crazy drop. So I don't know what that is, but I'm betting to the downside. I may exit before I get to my take profit, but I'm not exiting this red, not yet. I have to see I don't know what's going to convince me to get out of that one at a loss. Like Bitcoin would have to break hard, and Bitcoin breaking is not enough. It's not even this one. I made a super quick 5% on BCH today just because I knew I could. Just because I knew this pump was fake. I was like, I got to get something, just a little something. But I mean, gosh, Bitcoin hit this and then this, and I still didn't get stopped out. This is my thought process, right? You know what I'm saying? All of this happened in Bitcoin, and Degen didn't get stopped. Are you kidding me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, what the hell's going to stop it now? Like, who's buying it now? You feel me? So, I don't know. It's been a wonky weekend, and again, I do a lot of trading because it keeps the sword sharp. And that's pretty much it, man. Net green overall, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. You have a basket of them, some of them might be break even a little bit red, but like, when the whole fall happens and you take your profit, then you want everything. Sometimes you could do in Phemex, you could just do close all positions and close them all. This has been a weird weekend, so everything's not been in correlation, but sometimes I've done that plenty of times. Like when we're in the bull run and everything's pumping all at once and then you want to take profit, I'm like, look, man, maybe give or take some of the other ones could go a little bit higher, delayed or whatever, but I'm like, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Like my overall is so nice and juicy green. Why am I risking giving back something? Like I caught the top or the bottom. I think, if I'm Bitcoin is my North Star and I'm thinking it's, bottoming out or topping out, everything seems to have been in lockstep close enough. Some are longer, some are shorter. Just give me all the money. And then I get a refresh, And that's what I did right before I got in the stream. I closed out about 3 positions because I was like, man, I saw this dip What was the dip I just saw? So that's why this one's break even. Let's see. So Zill, let's see what happens. Zill, you see what I'm saying? I seen this dip. I was like, let me get out of there, break even. It turns out it was the right move. Then we had not coin. I barely got green on that. Got out of there at the right time. Is it not showing me the arrow? Wish it showed me the arrow. Can't see the damn. Sometimes Phemex be tripping on showing the arrow. I got out of that one green though. This one I got out green. So it was kind of like a let me just purge this whole thing. So now I only got to worry about one ticker. Henry in the house. What's popping, Henry? I was just getting ready to wrap it up. We need just give me my money. we need a soundbite. Give me my money. I pushed that, but give me my money. That's exactly how it'll go. Because some of these times, man, I'm like, look, man, it can go lower. Sure it can, but give me my money. Because what if I'm wrong? I'd rather be rich than wrong. I'm rich than right. I mean, I don't know. You could play for the big one if that's your thesis, but then you have to manage the bankroll appropriately because you have to be able to say, okay, look, if I'm going to fight a 10-minute green dot, like, boy, I'm just saying, or red dot, if you're shorting, we'll call it, you don't want to fight a 10-minute green dot if you're shorting, or if you're going long, a 10-minute red. Somebody tried to fight, I'm telling you, somebody looked at just support and resistance here. Oh, let me pull this a bit. Somebody looked at just support and resistance here on Ethereum. This is Ethereum on the 10-minute, okay? And maybe they don't have Market Cipher, or maybe they do. I don't know. Let's say they do. And they got a blood diamond here, and they thought it played out because it kicked around this little resistance zone, right? I was like, this is looking like support and resistance. It kept bouncing off, and they felt right for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This wick went up, and they're like, woohoo, we're breaking out. And this whole time, they ignored this red dot. And then they shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? And my point is, the reason why my scalping strategy is predicated on the 10-minute green dot and red dot, it's not that you can't get in or out sooner than the 10-minute green dot. Usually it's a lot of times maybe a 5-minute or sometime around there, depending on how quick the move happens. But it's if you stay in longer than 10 minutes and try to fight it, you might catch one of these in your face. You see what I'm saying? So somebody was trying to go long and buying the dip and adding here, and then all of a sudden they got wrecked. Maybe they had a stop loss, but my point is, if you see the 10-minute red dot there, don't fight it. You get what I'm saying? Like, just take the sign. Let's see what it looked like it's hard to go back and see the exact moment. But of course, it was a red dot on a 5-minute. But my point is, you had time to exit before the waterfall. So maybe you were red a little bit. You're down a couple percent or whatever the amount of money is, but you're not wrecked. You're just down a little bit, and you survive for 10, 20, 30 minutes even. So that's the point, is that you're going to get a 10-minute red dot before you get a massive waterfall, and it protects your bankroll to the downside. That's basically the premise of how I landed on 10 minutes. It's like the final straw. Anything after 10 minutes, I don't know, man. A big move might come hit you in the face. Actually, I was going to look at it on Bitcoin on the way up, actually. I forgot. I was going to look at this on Bitcoin on the way up. I'm glad I remember that. So let's see. So if we were trying, let's say we were trying to go short on this red dot here, right? And we wrote it. And this 10-minute came here, and we gave back, let's say even worst case scenario, we gave back most of our money. But we got out right here. And then we saw this rollover, and we're like, damn, maybe we should have stayed in, right? But you still had time, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You had an hour before this epic pump came. These epic pumps don't happen right at a 10-minute green dot. Not usually. Here's another one. You get what I'm saying? So if you don't fight the 10-minute green dot, you saved yourself from getting punched in the face by this epic move. You feel me? And that's basically why I landed on that. It's if, you might not like it, you might take some medicine, you might have lost a little bit, but you didn't get wrecked. You didn't get breached. You didn't get liquidated. You feel me? And that's basically the premise of how I came up with that. It was the one that saves you from a catastrophe. Let's see even here, right? If you were going long and you got out on this 10-minute red dot here, it saved you long before this move happened. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, definitely want to call that out. Times it. 5 minutes to 5. Your boy's got a lot of work to do. Got some videos to make. I don't know if they'll be out by tomorrow, but I'm definitely working on stuff. I'm always working on stuff. Shout out to everybody who traded the 25%, but the 75% enjoy the family and whatnot. Oh, we got some more action in the poll. I'm going to end the poll right now. I think it'll show up down here. I don't know. Do you guys see the poll now that I end it down here? Is that how this works? To the trade weekend. So most people said no. Some people said yes. Appreciate everybody who voted. Shout out to y'all. I'll give you a little heart or something here, a little celebration button on the side. And, yeah, it's okay if you stayed away from trading. You don't have to trade. I traded probably I won most of my trades, but you could argue I traded too much. I spent too much time trading this weekend, you might say. You know what I mean? Because I should have been doing other shit. But I knew it was a wacky weekend, and, like, sometimes you get a little bit, I'm going to call it a thrill, but it's like, man, if I can chop my way through this weekend, then I know that my swords are going to be sharp when the week starts. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I got a chance to look at more tickers. I really like shit coins, man. I like looking at all of them and getting in and out. You feel me? Like, I keep them sharp. You know, the steel sharpens steel. Okay, I tried this one. It didn't work down. It didn't work. Small positions in and out. Some of them waiting for the big move, maybe. Did catch a couple big moves in Breakout Prop. Caught a couple decent moves in Phemex as well. I uncovered DOT. DOT is a great bearish ticker. Boy, we're going to be shorting the hell out of DOT. At the end of last week, we conquered virtual, figured out how to trade that. And that's it, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I experimented on what was going on with these coins. These shit coins used to be volatile. Now Bitcoin pumps like like a shit coin. Like, what the hell is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, but things change. Things change. And that's why we have the Discord. You guys don't watch as much as I do, maybe. And that's why I update the bullish tickers and the bearish tickers. And I'll call out in the general chat sometimes. And then say, direct you back to the bullish ticker and bearish ticker channel. Encourage everyone to put in your wins. And new contest coming soon. We're going to tally up the votes, me and my admin. I don't think it's too late yet, or is it? Or I think, actually, what time is it? The new day starts. UTC is 5 o'clock is today, huh? 5 o'clock. So 2 minutes to get someone on the invite link. And then that's the end of the contest. So we're going to tally it up. And tomorrow on the live stream, if there's a winner, I'll announce it. It may not be one, but everybody's missing out. Give y'all too much free game. But the reward was one-on-one with me, and I'll go over everything via Zoom. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got for you today. And I appreciate y'all as always. Like, share. Please like the video. Give us some likes. Helps out the channel. And more content coming for your boy Cassius Cuvée. By next month, going to be doing some more promotions kind of outside the Discord to get some more folks in here. And everybody who's been rocking with me now, this is the 4th Monday. I'm definitely going to be rewarding y'all for being consistent, showing up every day, and rocking with me and giving me, any suggestions or anything like that to make the channel better and the Discord better and the chat better. And having my back if the sound ain't working or some shit like that. But anyways, man, big things coming. If you didn't see what I said on Saturday, some big things coming for those of y'all who've been rocking with me since the beginning. The mods, the people who show up every day, who help me out. You're going to get some big shout outs coming. So anyways, that's it for today. Appreciate y'all. Have a good week. Happy Monday. And that's it, y'all. Peace.